So I've had a lot of questions about what exactly is punky wood. Punky wood, you're going to notice sometimes when you actually cut the piece, you'll notice it even after cutting it with a bandsaw. And punky is, the best way I can describe it is where the piece has had a lot of moisture in it for a long time, or sealed in moisture, or it's starting to rot, in other words. And not the whole piece won't be rotten. Most of the times it's evident in the end grain. And you'll get horrible tear out. No matter how you cut this, it'll also kind of feel squishy. This piece I had already treated with mixing acetone with resin, a 2-part epoxy resin, and then I just added about the same amount of acetone as I had resin. And you can see some of these pits and spots, and notice the side grain is mostly smooth until you get down in here, but the end grain is horrible. Most of the time you can save it, obviously, by doing that, or you can soak it with watered down wood glue and paint it on there really good, let it dry, and then come back and do your final cut. Most of the time so far I have not had an issue with using the resin technique in acetone. I haven't recut this. Like I said, I just painted on there and let it sit. But this is what punky looks like. Hopefully my camera's focusing in. This is a really, well, I wouldn't say extreme, because I've had worse punky in wood where it just rips out. And a lot of times you can tell if it's your cutting technique causing tear out, which you'll get mostly in your end grain, or if it's punky wood, because if it's punky, you can use your finger and it crumbles out. If it's tear out, you know, you can look at the fibers and see how they're being cut, and just cut the opposite direction. Not all bowls like to be cut from bottom to top. Sometimes I have to go from rim to bottom, or whatever. Do really nice fine cut, nice sharp tool, even with dealing with this punky stuff. And sometimes wood hardener can work, sanding sealer, depending on how the extreme of the punky. This is real extreme. I don't think that sanding sealer would help it. It was kind of soft too. So, but that's tear out. And some pieces, you know, you can save. This is a really beautiful curly maple. You can see the curl in it. It may be part of a crotch. I'm not sure. It was kind of already cut whenever I got it. So there's, I think that's where the pith may have, no, that's not a pith. That was a branch. Sorry. Here's the pith. And here's the other side of the pith. Looks like there may have been a branch or something coming in through here. So this possibly is a crotch piece. Yeah, so I want to save it because it's a beautiful spalted curly maple. And I'm hoping to turn it into a pot with a lid. We'll see. That's what I'm working on tonight. So hopefully that answered your question. And about punky. That's what punky means. Spalted means this, where you get the dark lines. This is the fungus growing in the wood. It's part of the rotting process. And once it's exposed to air, it does stop. But I don't recommend any spalted pieces to be eaten out of. I just, in my mind, I mean, I'm sure you probably could. I don't know for a fact. But in my mind, that is fungus, even though it's stopped growing and it's dead. I just, you know, spalting is more for an artsy piece that you're going to look at and maybe put, you know, change or keys or whatever in, not something that you would want to eat out of. So, but you do your own research and make sure that that's something that you want, you know, to use to eat out of. That's completely up to you, but make sure that if you sell your pieces that you give your buyers the proper information. So that's that.